Hello, and welcome to Twenties Aplenty. In this week's Headhunter Chronicles, the group continue their murder investigation. We hope you enjoy the session. If you do, please like and subscribe or leave a comment below.
We travel and roll, our intentions are good. Maybe. We fight, at times polite. It's DnD.
When last we set off, the group had just been awoken by a anguishing wail from Habibo, the spear maiden from the Drafanian berserkers that were on the way to Axmouth with the rest of the crew on board the mercenary vessel, the Maelstrom's Bitch. It's part of the Mercenary Legion, who represent the Dragonclaw army on secret missions and counter-espionage in the war with the Crag Dwarfs. Hearing Gavid next door getting ready, Gavid left. Luci, followed by Korsk actually, snuck into his room and did a bit of looking through his paperwork and his drawers and things like that. It was more the paperwork that was interesting than anything else. He'd obviously been observing other passengers after Korsk noted down some of Lucy's observations from the papers on some stones. The group headed up to deck. There was a hell of a commotion going on. Habibo knelt down, tears streaming down her face. Blood-stained clothes. The rest of the Drafanians seemed to be grouping up and going after certain passengers, members of crew. A group went after Fellows. A group were trying to pick a fight with Kedith and the rest of the Drow. A group were trying to attack Keren. And Barda Cyanbeard was busy trying to get in between and stop them. Looking at the chaos, Korsk and Luci discussed what to do. Korsk was eager to make them see sense. Talked about bashing some heads together. Upon that, Luci unleashed a few Eldritch blasts, one of which hit a sail and made the vessel turn on itself. The crowd quietened and stared in their direction as the small footsteps of Captain Deeprum came up next to them. She asked for calm and then turned to the group and asked if they would investigate for the payment of 1.5 months' wages from the Dragonborn after the first week, should they solve the crime. The murder of Chima and Dolo, the chief of the Drafanians. Luci agreed the fee of 1.5 months' pay, letting on to the rest of the group that if the crew thought they were owed something, their disappearance over the side of the ship would look more like an accident rather than them jumping overboard themselves. Captain Deeprum then guided the group down to where the body was stored in her apartment. Below a smashed up face, which was partially stitched up, Chima's throat had been slit from ear to ear. Given the lack of bruising on the body, Korsk surmised that there wasn't a struggle upon the time of murder, which meant that either he was snuck upon or he knew the killer. Next, they visited the murder scene, Chima's room. A pool of blood lay on the floor, quite slippy. Korsk slipped over and landed on his back as soon as he walked in, not expecting it to be as slippy as it was. In the room there was a wardrobe, which seemed undisturbed. Furs inside, neatly folded washing in the bottom, bedsheets, towels. Amanita checked the back of it to make sure there wasn't a hole or anything cut in the wall, but it just looked like wall and cobwebs. There was a desk. On that desk was a needle and thread, a small mirror. It made it look like the place Shima had been doing his stitches. There was a spray of blood up the wall, up the ceiling, as though he'd been attacked while he was sat at the desk from behind. There was a porthole above the bed. It was difficult to see whether or not it had been disturbed. The door itself had been locked but smashed down at some point. Again, they surmised that surely the door hadn't been knocked over before the murder, because Chima didn't seem to struggle. So if he'd known the killer, or if he was snuck upon, the door couldn't have been smashed down. They thought there was two ways. Either somebody had a key, or had been an expert with locks, or somebody had climbed down the side of the ship, then through the porthole. Varric and Luci headed back to search Chima's body to see if he had a key. Korsk inspected the desk, finding the items, the needle and thread and such. Inside the drawer, there was a little wooden box. Thinking the box might be trapped, he laid it down on the floor. Him and Amanita stood one either side of it. He carefully unlatched the box and slid it open. Amanita turned green at the smell, almost retching. The sight of a rotting finger, Chima's little finger that had been ceremoniously detached, like the rest of the Drafanians. Perhaps each one of them has got a little box with a finger in it. At the makeshift morgue, Varric found Chima's room key, little brass key, in the pocket. Other than that, they found a ceremonial necklace round his neck. Luci also found in a pocket a little gold signet ring with a blade on it. Varric surmised that perhaps he was robbed when he saw the ring, but perhaps not. Perhaps this person just has very little material wealth. They then headed back to the room. On the way, they found the captain and asked if there was anybody who might have Speak with the Dead, the spell, or the ability to speak with the dead. The only person she thought could was Kerin the paladin. Meanwhile, Korsk had an idea and had gone round the ship collecting iron filings from tools here and there. He went back to Chima's room, mixed it with some grease from a grease spell, and poured it on the floor. Almost instantly, he found something he wasn't looking for. He was looking for footprints to see if he could track the killer. Instead, he found a little clump of iron filings that had gathered. Inside that clump of iron filings was a little triangular point of metal, flat but triangular. Luci and Varric had asked Kerin to come and visit them in Captain Deeprum's quarters. She looked quite nervous. When they asked her about her relationship with Chima, it turned out that actually she'd first come across him a week or two ago when the Drafanians landed at her hotel. They'd been previously at another inn but got turfed out. Almost instantly, he'd started making advances towards her and she'd been trying to reject him. Bard Beard, the dwarf, had advised her that they should move to a different inn, but she decided to live with it. When they asked why she was here, she said that she'd been given a sign by Thermal to come to Axmouth, and that Thermal would give her a sign when they landed. Thermal had contacted her in a vision, and whilst it wasn't words, she saw an axe and a smile from a black dragonborn, as though that person had finally found what they were after. And then at the end were the words, "Look for a sign." Varric and Luci eventually returned to the greasy floored room, tested the key, worked out it was the room key. Luci investigated the porthole, tied a rope around him, went up onto the deck to check that you could actually climb up and down. And then they went to talk to the captain again and asked how many keys were available. And they were told that other than the room key itself, there were 4 other keys. one the captain had, one Viris the navigator had, one Fellows had for room service, and one Argon Wavebreaker, her first mate, had. The group decided they'd speak to Viris. Luci and Amanita headed up the mast to the crow's nest, Luci using his flight spell. Luci explained they were trying to work out what had happened the night before. Could he go down and talk to Korsk? He agreed as long as Luci and Amanita kept watch for him. So he went down and talked to Korsk and Barak. Pretty much Viris was like, he got what he was coming for. Somebody did everybody else on the ship a favour. They asked if he'd seen anybody on deck at the time of the murder. He was in the crow's nest himself. He mentioned that Gavid, the mysterious information broker, had been walking around at some point, seemed to be smoking a pipe. Habibo had been drowning her sorrows, drank herself unconscious. Bardus, Ironbeard, appeared and started puking over the side of the vessel. Fellows popped in and out of the galley, which seemed to be doing some tidying up. And then there was Drow at the front of the ship looking at the horizon. Next, Korsk and Luci went to speak to Gavid, who provided little more information than that, other than Fellows was in a bad mood. Luci offered the game of chess that he'd promised him, and lost. So as they were making moves, Korsk and Luci were quizzing Gavid about what he'd observed on board, and some of the people. He gave some background to the Drow, how they were second-class citizens, how Kedath, their leader, was the cousin to murdered Prince Regent, and how there was lots of internal politics in Lands Eternal. However, whilst they hate the Havenbrands, the family that had murdered his uncle, Kedath, and the rest of the Drow hate the Drafanians even more. Mainly because of the war that had gone on between the two nations, in which, as second-class citizens, the Drow spent on the front line. Took many losses, as did the Drafanians, Gavid added. But of course, the Drow don't remember that. Next, they went to see Fellows in the kitchen, helped her peel some potatoes. Amanita was very impressed by the pristineness of the kitchen. They asked her, did she still have her key? She did. They asked her if any of her knives had gone missing. She didn't think so, but struggled to count that's 3. They asked her what she'd seen on board. She mentioned there was a mess near where Luci had climbed back up onto the deck. Broken tankards and things like that. Talked about taking tongues for spilling beer and smashing tankards might be her next thing, having built a necklace of fingers. Korsk checked her knives for damage, but couldn't see any evidence of where this fragment of metal come from. On their way out, they encountered Captain Deeprum, who asked them for an update on the investigation, during which they showed her the fragment of metal. She pulled a compass out of her pocket, and it was the end of a compass needle. It indicated that perhaps if they found the broken compass, they would find their murderer. Their group asked if they had permission to go through the people's belongings. She gave consent. At the end of the session, Amanita and Luci were making plans to drug the alcohol with Amanita's tea and somehow get Luci's mushrooms into the mash to make everybody chill out a little bit. / fall asleep. So, you've just finished your conversation with Captain Deeprum. What would you like to do?
So from the sound of it, we need to follow up the plan with the mash and the drugging with the tea. I mean, this is Luci and Amanita's plan, so I think Korsk would kind of take a bit of a step back. Although I think is he the one who has to go down and somehow get past Fellows? He's not going to like that. Because he is scared shitless of her.
You can maybe talk her into putting the mushrooms in.
He seems to like you.
You did
I'll
like
go with you.
1 seconds.
Yeah, you liked her food? You're grannied in.
All the same, I'm really not certain she's going to go for this plan.
It's fine, Korsk. I'll come with you. If persuasion is something I'm quite good at, so I'll come with you.
Thank you. I'd also like someone else to put their fingers on the line instead of mine.
Oh, I'm not putting my fingers on the line. If she's taking fingers, it's all yours. I need mine for casting.
I need mine to prepare potions.
Anyway,
Wish us luck.
So Cleo's like, perhaps you should tell her that mushroom mash is a delicacy from the kobold homeland.
Let's see what I can think of.
Use your charms.
have you seen him? I don't think he's got much charms.
Hey,
Sorry, Korsk. Hey, sorry.
I always prefer the direct approach anyway. Alright. Time to go and bear it, I guess. And we go and see fellows then.
So you walk back into the kitchen. You've forgotten something?
Yes, some of your delicious mash. I just suppose we could sample some of it.
It's not ready yet. Be a good 20 minutes.
Oh, you know what really works well with mash?
What's that?
Diced mushrooms. Brings out some consistency in the dish.
Interesting. She eyes you suspiciously.
I assume Korsk has some of the mushrooms on him as well. So you see, what we would do back in my hometown is we take them like this, and he lays them out on the line, and dice them. Dice them and quarter them. Make sure you squeeze all those juices into the mash so you get that lovely blandness. It complements the potatoes quite well, and really just hammer tone that point into the palate.
Very nutritious too, might I add.
Do a persuasion check, please.
Is that with advantage because I'm helping? Or...
No.
Do I get advantage?
No.
No.
Some fingers are coming off.
Eric, I need help here. You've had this before. You've had this before.
But does it not make the mash lumpy? I hate lumpy mash.
Well, you wouldn't. How about you mash the mushrooms down and kind of blend them in with the mash then?
Could you do a persuasion check, please?
Nope, that's perception, not persuasion. Persuasion. There we go. That's the right one.
I could see how that would work.
It's a bit of extra nutrients in. Everyone's had a bit of a hard day, I think, so it'd be nice to help them out and give them something.
So you're saying fry them off a bit, mash them down, and then put them in the mash?
Yeah. Add a little bit of salt while you're frying them. Delicious.
Could do that. I could do that. I like a bit of mash. How many are they special mushrooms you've got? Are they mashed mushrooms, are they?
They're special because they come from a specific region in his hometown, so We have to go collect them ourselves.
Collected once a year.
Oh,
Unique flavour. Only preparable in the harvestable when the in the fourth phase of the lunar cycle and the occasional eclipse.
would you be able to give me some for me mash?
Absolutely. Consider it our gift to the ship.
Fantastic.
How many mushrooms do we have?
How many do you need? I've got 8 doses.
8 doses.
Yeah,
we want
Whole ships. So.
You'd
all
need
of them. Just throw it in.
It's the doses of these plus Amanita's tea.
Oh yeah, and the tea. Yeah.
Yeah, so you would need. So there's going to be 10 doses of tea if you use all the tea. So that's going to give you 18 doses in total. Which, to be honest, is probably going to have a mild effect, but it will have an effect.
You also melt down the love lipstick just in case.
Oh no, don't do that.
Everyone charming each other and.
This ship has turned into a cruise.
Yeah, I think Love Island should be left to the TV, not D&D.
Love ship.
The love boat.
ITV, not D&D. I'm imagining you're keeping the lipstick for a later date. Lucille's got to work a charm some way or another, hasn't she?
Until
So,
the fated moment.
okay. So, 20 minutes later, dinner is served with some lovely mushroom mash. So,
Now how do we get rid of it?
you have a choice of steamed fish, like a beef jerky type of dish, and some salted goat.
Right.
Jerky.
And some salad. The salad leaves now are looking really yellow.
Beef jerky sounds nice. But whose home country did we say the mushrooms are from?
Wasps.
So Korsk has to order some mash.
It's
Lucy.
okay. You can stick it in my hat. We can secretly scoop it into my hat. But I will be cleaning it up after.
Thank you, Lucy. And of course says as he just very slowly scoops it out.
Cool.
I take some mash too as well. It's just a tiny bit, and then probably put the rest in Amanita's hat as well.
Lucy will also take a portion. Oh, wait, do you know what? No, you'll leave it.
Okay. So, what about Amanita?
She will, and she'll just scoop it into her hat like.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Some of these mushrooms are being recycled. I look at it. So, but I mean,
into the mushroom hat.
there's a huge vat of this stuff. So you'd imagine that the mushroom has gone far.
I imagine Korska's very discreetly adding portions of his dish to Amanita's plate while she does that.
I'm trying to get rid of it. Stop
Yeah.
putting it on my plate.
You need to get rid of mine too.
So you have. So you come round. So you caught. By the time your plate is empty, Fellows spots her favourite customer. Completely emptied the thing going, and she comes over. So, what do you think of me mash then?
Oh, sir.
I've got some seconds if you want to try.
I suppose I have to.
What do you mean you have to?
Oh, because I've set this habit now. I have to keep having those seconds.
Oh, right, okay. She goes away and gets some more of the mash, brings it over.
Just very slowly turns to Luci, like,
oh, come on, eat up.
and okay, so I can imagine what Course is going to do is he's going to put it in his mouth and he's just going to hold it there. And not. It's like,
To be fair, it does taste like the nicest mash you've ever had.
not going to convince him to swallow it, though.
Your mouth is filling with water as you're salivating. There's a little ripple appearing down. It's good stuff, isn't it?
At that point, Luci will just nudge Korsk in the side, saying, "Yeah, go and tell her how good it is."
Would you do a Constitution save, please? Okay. So as he nudges you, you just manage to not swallow it or spit it out. Anyway, so when you're talking while you're eating, I'll leave you to it.
Amelia's hat will be on the table for people to.
You can see the mash is quite popular, actually. There are a lot of people eating away. You can see the quite a few people are starting to look. They seem to be enjoying it, but they're starting to look quite tired. And you know, when you've eaten too much, you just feel Sunday afternoon after a roast, and you just want to sit down and do nothing for the rest of the afternoon. People are starting to get a little bit like that. They clear away the dishes from the dinner. And roll out a couple of barrels of mead and ale. Mead and wine. Everybody gets their first, starts to queue up to get their first drink. What would you like to do?
You're gonna put that tea in, I'd do it now. Just get to the front of the queue and put that tea in.
Okay.
And she flies over.
I would think you probably need to leave it a little bit until there aren't so many people near the barrel.
Are you sure?
There's a big long queue.
I mean, yeah, but I guess.
Everybody will have more than one drink. You just have to make sure that most people have their first drink.
I'll start queuing then.
You find yourself near the back of the queue. You get to the front. Could you do a sleight of hand check, please?
Okie dokie. charisma thing on? I'll have to do it and let you know what it is. Because Roll20's not logging me in.
Whilst Amanita is in the queue, what's everybody else doing?
Eric's going to try a bit of the mash just before he puts anything in his head. Just to...
Korska's going to wait for Fellows to have her back turned, preferably when she's on the other side of the ship as well. And he's going to try to dump the mash.
Lucy's going to ask Vorak, how's it taste?
Pretty good.
It tastes like the best mash you've ever had. Could you roll a wisdom save though, please?
Uh-oh. From one taste. That's not bad, actually.
Yeah, you can feel a slight fuzz in your head, but generally you're alright.
It's like getting a bit toasty, a bit on with the drinks and stuff. It feels alright, yeah. Very good.
Vorak's in full pre-sesh mode.
Rubbing his hands together, pulling out his canteen every 2 seconds. Is the whiskey still in the cup?
No, but I did save 2 big bottles of it.
Oh, what's in the cup at the minute?
Water.
Hey.
It's stinky camel water, isn't it?
No, just normal water.
Is it?
It was what I used to wash from the river.
Oh. Okay.
I can fill it with your whiskey if you want. No.
Well, just while we're here, I mean, we've got plenty of water on board, so...
Okay. Lucy will take out the mug, one of the bottles of Harrick's whiskey.
Has that come
Fill her
through?
up.
You're logged in. I don't think there's been a roll though.
Yeah, I can't see it.
Here we go. Let's try again. Ah! No. First rubbish roll of the day.
So you come out with this little teapot, look side to side, draw a roll to lift the thing of the barrel up, and then just kind of pour it in. Meanwhile, one of the drow in the queue behind you. What are you doing?
Oh, I'm just putting a special type of alcohol in it. It makes you have a great time.
I already have a good time with my alcohol. Could you do a persuasion check? What does it do?
Very experienced. You feel great.
Do we see this happening?
Yeah, I think so.
Persuasion, yeah.
Yeah, please.
Persuasion. No.
If Luci makes a move to go over there, Corsa's going to quickly snatch the cup from his hand and start washing his mouth out with the whiskey.
Is it, we need... Okay. I'll just bring the bottle. Be like,
So he turns around and he says, "Oh, okay. Perhaps you should ask people before, though. Yeah."
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm still
No.
only young, so
Can
still
I
learning.
Can I get a drink now, please?
Oh yeah, sorry.
And then he goes and fills the tankard up from that barrel. His perception roll was quite low, to be honest. So
Good, because I rolled low.
And his insight roll was quite low as well. So cool.
Just realizing, course, you know you're not that large of a character. This mug holds 20 gallons of the liquid, and there's not really a way of slowing the flow. How much of the whiskey is just a whiskey shower?
I would imagine he's just picked it up and just gone.
Okay.
But he's got a bit of a whiskey beard at the moment. Kind of dribbling down his neck.
That was some good stuff.
Maybe I should take that back.
Where'd you get this stuff from, Varric?
To me, it was that was all Luci. He bought it when we were at the tavern.
Luci, we're gonna have to go back to that tavern sometime. Fantastic place.
Oh, did I not tell you? So, Varric, I took whiskey from your flask and filled the mug with that.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know where you got that whiskey from.
I thought that was
the original. No. Oh, wait. No, that was after. Yeah, I took it from the expensive whiskey from the tavern. Yes.
What's in my flask is the paint stripper stuff. It's the 2 silver piece one, but it's ultra grim.
I changed it for the expensive stuff. I forgot. Yeah, because they charge so much.
So, Korsk, could you do con save, please?
Doing all the con saves this session.
You are now drunk.
Oh.
That's fantastic stuff.
What
were we doing again? Remember to compliment you, Varric. Dragon Ball make the most fantastic whiskey.
I appreciate that, Korsk. Hey, Luci, if Korsk is to do that, can I give me that mug?
When are we going below decks? Search everyone's belongings again.
Once everyone's asleep or tired and passed out, I guess.
Or distracted.
No, distraction. I can do distractions. Kind of my specialty.
I don't think you should do a distraction this time, Korsk. Last time you did, you almost set a building on fire.
I know, but Luci does it all the time.
That'd be funny to watch, especially as he's pissed.
Yeah.
See, Amanita has the right idea here. You just gotta let go.
He's so funny.
Yeah, it's my vote.
No fire at least, Korsk. No fire.
That's better.
You're such a buzzkill, Varric.
While this is going on, you slowly notice that there are certain passengers beginning to fall asleep, others looking quite tired, chilled out. There's somebody there who's got the munchies and started just digging into the mash. One of the drow. He seems especially spaced out by the end of it. Kind of eventually looks really dazed in this big ball of mash that he's got, and he just head first into the mash.
Luci, those mushrooms aren't poisonous in large doses, are they?
I don't know.
Depends on the concentration. I'm sure you could get that effect. In fact, I might even have a way right now.
Let's not do it right now. Please, Korsk. Please.
Well, the guy I got them from, he was just sampling them, and he seemed fine. Kinda.
What's kinda?
Oh, he was high. Very, 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 very high. But he knew that he was still a shopkeeper and knew how to make sales, so, he was fine.
Alright. Okay, well, that's fine then, I guess. As long as no one's gonna die. Last thing we want to be doing is running a ghost ship to port and...
Give it time. We'll get there. Trust me.
Maybe we could disappear before they wake up, and then they think they imagined us.
We're still a ways away from shore, Lucy.
I don't think Fellows' memory is that bad.
It's an idea.
Do you see how chirpy she was at just being able to serve seconds for a change?
Mm-hmm.
Can I just ask, Charlie? The mushrooms, are they the mushrooms you gave Amanita back at Marcus's mum's house?
Maybe.
Would I recognise them?
Not cooked in the mush, you want.
When else did I use the mushroom? Because I've got 2 doses that I've used. One was Amanita, and I don't know who the other one was.
Did you use one yourself?
I don't know. Did I? Maybe.
I don't know. I can't
Oh,
remember
good.
what happened when you used them.
Yep, it's fine. It doesn't matter now. It's fine. But yeah, it's the same ones that Amanita has sampled.
Have you pulled them out?
Oh, they're in the mash. Completely.
Yeah, no, but have you pulled them out like at all out of your pocket as whole?
Just when I was giving them over.
Yeah, I went there, so it's fun. It's fun.
I'm going
Amanita.
to after the next fix.
Just as she's clearing out her hat, she sniffs. It's familiar. Kinda good.
So now that everyone's starting to fall asleep, shall we get to it? And begin the investigation.
Corsk is just snoring now on the table.
Looks like it's up to us then.
I'll take him with us, though. And I'll throw a course over my shoulder.
Remember, you are a dwarf now.
Yeah. So it's like bodies like almost dragging across the floor.
He's not huge. He's not massive though, is he? So.
Yeah, I think kobolds are smaller than dwarves.
Okay.
What's the average? Oh, let me D&D Beyond it. What's the average height of a dwarf?
4'6".
4'6". What's the average height of a kobold?
I don't know.
Oh,
I'm
course.
guessing 4'6", by the way.
Dwarf is 4 foot average.
4 foot average.
Dwarfs stand between 4 and 5 feet tall, average 150 pounds.
Kobolds between 2 and 2.6.
But no. I'm still double course. If course is average.
The difference is he can actually stand on his tiptoes and look you in the eye now.
Oh, I see.
Between 2 and 3 feet tall, average. Wow.
I'm going to look up Amanita now. That's the truth.
We're all going.
Amazing.
Varric is 4 foot. No, currently in his dwarf form, he's 4 foot tall.
Amanita is changeable, I guess. Depends if she's mushroom sized or.
Yeah, mushroom size is just the size of a mushroom.
Tiny.
Tiny.
Oh, and you're small for a kobold, aren't you?
No, just Finn.
Just there.
Scrawling.
Cool. So, what are you doing? You're heading down to investigate.
Yes, that is the plan, and I will carry course.
Let's go!
Amanita says, walking in the wrong direction.
Cool. So you head into the So you head down towards the quarters of the crew and passengers. Whose room would you like to investigate first?
The captain's.
Where did the captain actually eat? And he's very first the question.
The captain's probably eaten herself. You head into her quarters. She's kind of asleep on her desk. Empty plate next to her. You can hear just a gentle... She's on like a tall stool on this kind of human-sized desk. You could just hear this gentle... And with a slight bit of a... You can just hear her going... Hoist the sails. No, 3 barrels. Every now and again, she just like talks every now and again. Yeah, she'll say a few words. No, almost as though she's kind of living her life in her dreams.
Varric, you're snoring.
That's not me, Chorus. Shh. Hush now. Hush.
Her room is not extravagant, but better than the rest of the rooms. A bed which is kind of... It's a double bed, so she must use a fraction of it. She's got this table with a map on it. Shows the course. She's got a journal. She has her master key. There's a necklace round her neck with a smaller key in it. So it belongs to some sort of lockbox or padlock or something. She has an array of hooks. You can kind of see, you know how people have wigs on like not a mannequin, but a
Bust. Almost.
bust. Yeah, she's got like hands, like arms, but they're like with a little screw thing for a hook. Different array of hooks. So you've got one that's like just a spike, one that's like a sword, and one that's so on and so forth. But obviously the normal hook just seems to be her favourite.
So you will start sneaking towards the captain.
Luci, we aren't here to steal.
Oh, that could be shining stuff.
Varric, set me down.
Alright, Chorus, but you gotta promise you're not gonna do anything stupid now.
Promise. Shh.
Put them gently on the floor.
Crossing my fingers the entire time. So first thing Corsk is going to do is he's going to make himself pick me up after the alcohol. I was wondering, can I combine lesser restoration with enhanceability and get rid of the drunkenness and get the enhanceability effect?
You can do one then the other, I guess.
Okay, so I'll pop those in chat quickly.
Sorry, I saw we were talking about Corse being drunk, and then it appears Varric has no active conditions.
Oh yeah, I was just checking because D&D has conditions that you can apply to your characters. It's like, oh, I wonder if there's a drinking condition. It's not.
You don't need to brag.
Varric is half-blind.
Varric is a dwarf.
Varric is legless.
Alright, so that will enhance abilities on intelligence, and I'll wait for other people to do their things first.
So Lucy was sneaking up to the captain.
Look, she's got a key around her neck. That could be a treasure box.
Oh, treasure.
Want to steal from the people who are giving us a ride to the place that we need to go?
Well, we're not going the whole way anyway.
She won't know it's us.
Alright. Don't get caught. Do it, but don't get caught.
Oh, I'm not doing it.
Lucy.
Oh, wait, no, she's had the mash. Yes. I'm going to try and steal the key gently off her neck. Only because the mushroom has a special thing that happens to them. Where is it? They have disadvantages on reactions and perception.
Okay.
So we'll give it a go. First, I'm going to disguise myself as Gavid.
Really has it in for him.
Yeah.
Oh, trust him! And then I will try and take the key off. Maybe leave the neck. Either take the key off and leave the necklace on, or take the whole thing off, take the key off, and then put the necklace back on.
Oh, so I've got to do 2 rolls then.
Oh.
One for one.
Yeah.
Could you do 2 sleight of hand checks then, please?
Fine. Oh wait, no, I've got the thing.
I haven't seen you roll yet, I don't think. Oh,
Yeah,
hang on a minute.
They are in.
They are there.
Yeah, in
I'm
all
gonna
their.
yeah, oh, I might as well. Yep, I'm gonna use it. Where is it? 12 and a 6.
So, you sneak up next to her. As you reach in, just unbutton the top button so you could get the necklace off.
No.
You're approaching her. Before you touch her, she goes, "Hoist the mainsail!"
Lucy will back away slowly.
Are you not going in? Like, are you not continuing?
No. He is not.
So you sneak up like slowly to her, like all the stealth is perfect, and like as you go to steal the key, you just rip off it and just like jostle her. And...
Yeah. There is one thing I could do. It would be loud. Really, really loud. Actually, Wayne, I'll have a question I'll send to you, but let the rest do something while I send it to you.
So what's everybody else doing?
Is there a desk in this room?
Her head's on it, yeah.
Her head's on the desk.
Yeah, Swansea.
Can I investigate the drawers of the desk, if there are any?
Yes.
Just kind of, like while Lucy's like kind of reaching around to try and grab the key, I'm going to come to the other side and just start rifling through all the drawers.
So you... Could you do an investigation check, please?
Mm-hmm. An unnatural 20.
Okay. So you open up the first desk, the first drawer. And you find a tattered old map and a leather-bound journal. Pages are yellow. Seems to indicate something about a Captain Deeprum hunting for treasure. The ink is smudged as though it's been in water up to a certain point, and then beyond that talks about how a person was shipwrecked, how he doesn't think he'll ever see his wife and daughter again. Cursing the beast that brought their ship down. The map. Shows you the area northeast of Catan. Beyond Kingscape. Over this way. Talks about a search for great treasure. But it's gone wrong. But there is a clear marcation of where such treasure would be.
I'll pocket the map. I'll pocket the map, put the journal back. I mean, there's nothing like interest, like other than like treasure hunting or anything like that, or other mentions of like beasts and stuff. Is there? It's just no. Okay. If that's all I'm gonna get from it, I'll put the journal back.
It mentions a beast with tentacles brought the ship down. Some behemoth of the watery depths.
Uh-oh.
You, in the next drawer, you find some navigational equipment, an old compass, is it second? A few other things.
Is the compass intact?
Yes.
Yeah.
Other than it obviously had some sort of saltwater damage at some point. And you find a spyglass. The drawer below that is locked.
Mm-hmm. I'll pocket the spyglass, so I'm adding that to my inventory. Korsk! There's a locked drawer here. I need you to open it.
Not locked for much longer. Okay, Korsk creeps over and starts bringing out his tools. Okay.
Much as Varric turned down the idea of robbing this person while they're asleep, he's very much for it.
That is due to a lot of modifiers, which I can definitely explain if people want me to.
That is a 31 to open the lock.
Yeah, take the high roll. Take it.
You just pretty much just caress the lock and it goes click.
Yeah.
And the drawer slides open.
One of those simple models, nothing worth writing home about. And here we are, Varric.
That
What's
was
inside?
amazing.
A box with a key on it, a keyhole on it. Just a plain wooden box with a keyhole.
Does it look like the box we saw in Chima's cabin?
No, bigger.
Okay.
Oh,
Do we open this too?
yeah, but yeah, let's go. Let's open this too.
While they're doing that, is there any books or anything on like shelves or anything?
They're very much nautical books. One that probably takes your eye more than anything is Mythical Beasts of the Deep Ocean. It's like gone in the
Sticks it in her hat.
Was there? I sent you the question, Wayne. If there was any.
I'm working out the answer.
Yeah.
Oh God.
It's a very expensive way to do it, but if it works, it works.
We're not robbing the captain. Cuts to 5 minutes later. Varric's pocketing spyglasses, maps.
Soonest. I put the roll on the box and chat as well.
Oh. So I'm going to say no, Charlie. Not without waking her up.
Not talk about setting her clothes on fire, are you?
No, I've got one Misty Step scroll left. I was gonna see if I could hold the key and just use it. Didn't get away with the key, but no.
Bamf the key out of existence. Actually.
Well, while he's thinking about it, you're already opening it, so it's bad.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say, maybe I could vortex warp it, but no, it's on creatures.
I can blink with it, but then I won't be there for a minute.
Oh, you don't want to bamf back in and fall in the ocean as well.
Yeah, no, awful.
So, how are you doing this? Have you got hold of the box, or is it still in the drawer?
We took it out of the drawer, I think, didn't we?
Have you put it on the desk, or have you got hold of it?
Hold of it.
I'll hold it for Korsk, yeah.
You'll hold it for course.
Well, I'm holding it for Korsk while he's working on it.
Okay.
It's alarmed, isn't it?
Would you both do death saves, please?
Straight death saves. You done?
Saves, not death saves. Death saves. Okay, so Varric takes no damage.
Nat
Course.
20.
9 acid damage. So as you open the thing, all this acid just kind of sprays out in all directions. Barrett kind of lifts it up. As he does, it dips down and just showers Korsk in acid.
Korsk is just gritting his teeth and trying not to cry out.
Get my cloak and start rubbing the acid off. Oh, sorry.
One thing at a time. And he pops it open.
Inside, there's a small bag containing 3 rubies worth 50 gold pieces each, a sapphire worth 100 gold pieces, and 30 gold pieces of actual coins.
Are we taking this, or are we going to leave it?
Don't see why not. We came all this way.
Shall we keep this in the box then and drop the box in the bag of the pants of holding? The pants.
No. I'd say put something else back in the box of equal weight, and then we reseal it.
All right. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Luci, you're carrying all the tat. Actually, no. I've got something even better in here. How big is the box? Like, is it like big enough to put a diary in by any chance?
It's probably about 8 inches wide by 4 inches. You might have to curve the diary a bit. As you're asking how big is the box, you just hear the answer. We'll need a 4-foot hole.
That was certainly conclusive. So, of course, puts back into the box an apple, the ball of yarn he took from the mercenary, and his diary.
Whose diary? Korsk's diary. Oh,
No, the soppy mercenary diary that he pinched on the pier.
Oh, okay.
It was a great novelization, and then the world needs to see it.
How many rubies was it, Sorry?
Sorry?
How many rubies was it?
It was 3 rubies worth 50.
Oh, I've got them.
Oh, you've got them. Okay,
Got
that's fine.
And the gold pieces as well.
Nice.
Some sapphires. A sapphire as well, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Should be about 280 in total, is that right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, Sapphire's 100, 150, and then 30.
It's been added to the ruby I already have, so I can only give a sum total now.
Okay. Of course, can I have that Sapphire? Good.
You're thinking in a replacement eye? Like glass.
This maybe kind of, yeah. Kind of sign it up.
And Varric turns into Garrett.
Cool. So, we just do a roll. Okay. That's all you find useful in the captain's quarters. You replace things pretty much back where they were. There's obviously a missing book in the bookshelf. Where do you want to go next?
So, everyone, did we see everyone eat the mash and like have something to drink?
I wouldn't say you saw everybody,
Mm-hmm.
but there's very few people wandering around, and those that are look a bit dazed. Looks like Marshall's popular.
Mhm.
Shall we split up?
I think we may have to if we want to cover enough ground before they all wake up.
Yeah.
Remember, we're looking for someone with navigational equipment.
I think the next best call would be to check Crow's Nest Boy's room.
Oh.
I can't remember his name.
I may have it down.
Varys.
Yeah,
Varys.
Varys.
Varys Kilforey.
So,
So,
how are we splitting up then?
I will go check the crew cabins. If you want to come with me, Amanita, it would be very useful.
Okay.
Sure, we don't miss anything. I don't imagine they've kept they keep their gear in the open.
Just to check, who amongst us is the sneakiest?
Of course.
Yep. That's all I needed to know.
Luci, are we going to go check Varys' room then?
You know I don't like it when you avoid sharing your plans with me, Lucy. Just promise me this isn't going to be a repeat of the MASH incident.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. I've sent Wayne my plan. It's not really a plan. It's just some extra security, I guess.
okay. So, who... Okay.
Yeah, I can only do it.
As you turn to leave, Course, are you going in front or behind Amanita? In front. So you walk out the door. Barak, you find yourself standing in a room by yourself. Luci is nowhere to be seen. Barak and Amanita are obviously left. What do you do?
Luci? Like, whisper shouting Luci. Waiting for a reply.
And just next to him, you hears, yeah? It's a normal voice.
What are you doing?
Have you not looked at yourself yet?
Look at my hands. Like,
They're not there!
Back has turned into a ghost. He's died and joined the ethereal plane.
Just thought, be extra sneaky.
Oh, we're invisible?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hi. That's fine. Great.
Also, I can only cast it on 3 people, so Amanita's also invisible, but I'm sure Korsk will figure that out.
Meanwhile, Korska's walking down the hallway, not realizing anything has happened.
Amazing. I'm sure he'll be fine, and I'm sure he'll figure it out. He's a smart one. I'm sure it'd be no problem whatsoever.
Up to Korsk bumping into a cannon and nearly falling over it in the dark.
So
where are we going?
So Korsk and Amanita have gone to the crew's quarters. This is a question for Sam and Jess. Does that mean you're going to go check Varys' stuff out, or no?
My understanding was it was going to be. I think we'll start with the So we'll start with the drow, and then we'll move on to the Drafanians if we have time.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you're going to the passengers, not the crew, and then you guys are going to the crew. Okay.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, figured it out.
Okay. So do you want? Go on.
So Luci, our plan is to go to Virus's room, see what he's got, check his gear, and then progress to the crew to see who's got what.
Okay.
And we're looking for a broken compass. That's ideally what we're trying to find. If we find that, we may find our killer.
And what way's their rooms?
Left.
Your left or my left?
Are you facing me?
Are you facing me?
Like I reach out and try and touch Luci.
And Lucy will do the same.
Touching hands now.
Oh,
okay,
okay,
so
okay.
right, okay. My left, your right.
Lucy just feels for what way he's facing. Okay. Right.
Let's go.
Lucy just holds on to the back of Lorek's jacket just as he gets led along.
Cool. So you make your way down to the quarters. Whose room would you like to check first?
Virus's room.
Virus's crew, not. Oh, are you crew? You're crew, aren't you? Okay, Virus. Okay. So his room is unsurprisingly tidy. His washing is neatly folded, placed in drawers. He has dress clothes of numerous different types hung up in the wardrobe. Fresh towels, 2 or 3 sets. His dirty laundry is all arranged in a barrel. There is a desk. In that desk, there is a set of drawers. And there is a bed which is perfectly made. What would you like to do?
Lucy, shall we check the drawers?
Who said that?
Clothes
Me.
drawers? Clothes drawers or desk drawers first?
I take one, you take the other?
Alright. Where do you want to go? Desk or clothes?
I don't mind.
You can search the desk. I've had enough desks for just now. I'll check the clothes.
Okay. I'll take the desk. Let's hope there's nothing important in there.
Okay. So in the desk. So could you do an investigation check, please?
Yeah. Yeah.
In the desk, you find you find a compass, which looks like a compass. You find numerous maps, navigational maps.
The compass look like it's broken?
Nope.
I found a working compass.
Nah.
Okay.
That's it. Really? Quite boring.
I just think that Lucy's opened the drawer and gone, nope, can't see anything, and closed it again.
Farak, can you do your investigation check, please?
Mm-hmm. Not great.
What happens when you replace your eye with a sapphire?
I've not put it in.
But the only thing you find is a single, well-polished walnut box. About 5 inches by 5 inches. Looks quite decorative.
I attempt to open the box.
So you slide across the catch. As you open it, you hear a click. Would you like to do anything?
I'm going to close the box, put it in the drawer, and close the drawer.
As you put the box down, you start to hear music play. Coming from the box.
Is it loud or is it faint?
It's faint.
Luci, put these in your pants. I throw him the. I don't know where he is, so I can't throw him the box. I was like, Luci, where are you?
I'm here by the drawers.
Okay, I run around and start feeling for Luci and push the box into his chest and say, put this in your pants. In the pants hole.
Oh, okay. Luci fumbles to try and find his pants of holding, and then puts the box in it.
Has the music stopped?
Yes.
We now have the same pants of holding.
Every time we open it, this music comes out.
Luci opens the pants one time and then shuts it again, just to see if it is soundproof.
The music sounds as though it stopped.
Great. So, I don't think we're going to find much else here to see, so let's try the next one.
And Luci fumbles to find the back of Arek's jacket and holds on.
Like,
So you
that's my face.
keeping the box in the pants, are you?
Yeah.
I guess so.
Interesting.
I feel like that I might know what it is, but or some inclination to what could be there.
In my head, I had visions of you opening it and then just releasing the Kraken.
The invisible Kraken.
Yeah.
No.
So is that all you're looking at in that room?
It's not much else is there. If everything's kind of neat and organized and stuff like that, it's about trying to preserve as much normality within the room. We'll move on to the next one.
So should we switch to Amanita and Korsk then? So where are you headed?
So we're heading towards the Drow crew compartment. I imagine Korsk gently opens the first door and just peeps inside, see if anyone's in there. And then he'll turn and whisper to Amanita, remember, nautical equipment, especially a compass, we need to make sure we can identify... Amanita?
We're here.
There's some new form I'm not accustomed to. You're not like a rhizome or a fly or something?
No. You're just looking everywhere. What's wrong with you?
Because I can't see where you are. Oh. Luci.
No, I'm not Luci.
Yeah, let's move on from that. Luci kind of infects all of us eventually. I have a pet theory.
Have I turned into Luci?
No, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Don't worry, we can cure you. You just need separation and time.
Oh my god. What's happened to me?
In the meantime, I'm sure that looking at any kind of complex equipment will push those thoughts right to the back of our minds.
Oh no!
What you don't see is she's like,
I was going to say it's like a rock and a hard place. It's like either be Luci or navigation or maths. No offense to Luci, of course. But okay, so Course pushed open the door and starts going through the crew cabins.
Amanita will just fly straight past you. Probably knocking you.
You feel this little flutter on your face as she flies past. So, you head into the first drow room. In fact, each room you go in, you go into a few. They're all relatively the same. They're all kept reasonably okay, reasonably tidy. Each of them seems to have a desk, and on that desk is normally paper with some sort of art form on it. Some drawer. One seems to be a talented cartographer and draws maps. Another writes poetry about his homeland. One draws pictures of people, particularly a silver-haired drow female.
Does the cartographer have anything else in his room, like equipment, or is he just like drawing land maps and stuff?
He's just drawing land maps by the look of it.
Is there
Oh,
any
memory.
mirrors?
Not noticeably, other than the ones that appear to have been there when they went. They've been in the room anyway.
So there is there actual mirrors in the room, or
Yeah, against each one either has a mirror on a stand, like a small stand, like a shaving mirror type of thing, or a mirror on the wall, like a circular mirror on the wall.
okay. Amanita will fly past the mirror, see at the corner of her eye that nothing flies past. And
Oh my god, Korsk! I've turned into a vampire! It's Lucy the vampire! Oh!
What? Oh, no, Amanita, it's fine. Lucy's not a vampire.
Vampire!
You're fine. Of course, just trying to find her midair. Trying to kind of get her by the shoulders and just calm her down.
She's like flying away again. No, don't stay away! I don't want to taste your blood!
You won't taste it, Amanita, it's fine. You're not infected with anything. I was just having you on about Lucy.
I never knew Lucy was a vampire!
It infects them all. Oh dear. Tale of mushroom mash and fairy vampires. Vampire fairies.
That you're fine as long as you don't feel the urge to set anything on fire. You're fine.
Now you've said it. So, you then get final one. You get to the room of Keedeth. His chosen art form isn't paper-based. It's wooden carvings, and he carves little figurines, quite intricate detail. He's obviously quite skilled with a blade, carving things. You also find a journal. And could you roll investigation check as well, please, both of you?
Is this enough? It has less than an hour passed since Course took his pick-me-up.
I would say by the time you got to Keedath's room, an hour has passed.
Okay. Does it get advantage, or is it like separate?
No, I'm assuming you're splitting the work rather than helping each other.
Okay.
Okay, mine's not come through for some reason. There we go, let's try again. Yes.
2 10s. You also find a burglar's kit and some thieves' tools.
Course spends a bit of time rifling through the burglary kit, and it's like, So our woodcarver has more than just that as his extracurricular activities. I wonder how he is with locks. Is it like a good quality set of thieves' tools? Do they look fairly used?
Yeah, they look relatively well used.
Hmm. Can we see what he's been carving with?
No. No, you can't see what it's been carving with.
It's a sharp enough object to cut wood at the very least.
And it has to have quite a fine blade as well to be able to get the intricate detail at a point.
Hmm.
Is there any of the figurines like on his side?
On his what, sorry?
Like, are there any of the finished pieces on his side, like that he's carved?
Yeah, there's like 10 or 12 of them. All different kind of generally fae type creatures.
And she just shoves them in the bag, hat holding.
Interesting.
I mean, just his having the tools isn't enough grounds to suspect him, though. What are we missing here?
Good question. What are we missing?
Of course, personal background. Are there, Well, so he has the journal, right?
Yeah.
Can Korska flick through and see what kind of stuff he puts in there?
So he portrays from his point of view. You see, it's like a diary, basically. He talks about how his family had been betrayed by the Havenbrands at home. How he feels he can no longer stand to watch them lord over the rest of the drow, or the rest of the drow and high elves in the nation. He's sick of the treatment of the drow people. And he talks about how he and a few others have decided to make their own way in the world, seek out some mercenary work, and then look for somewhere to settle and build their own kingdom. He mentions how that led them to the Maelstrom's bitch. How they've had to put up with the Drefanian oaths. How the journey has been quite strained and tiresome. Talks about how they've had to post guards outside their room, a set of guards to watch outside their rooms, just in case the Drefanians come looking for blood. He doesn't want to put his payday into danger, though. So he's ordered his men, if they do get into fights, defense is the key, not attack. He's already had to punish one of his men for attacking one of the Drefanians in the initial brawl. Made an example out of him. Stripped him of a rank. Talks about how it kind of pains him to have done that, given all he was doing was his natural reaction, an outburst of feelings he himself has felt. But he knows this is the long game. It's important to keep their blades sharp, in case they're needed. Not sharp because they are needed.
He doesn't reference Chima by name then, at any point?
No.
Okay.
Found anything interesting?
It seems the Drefanians had guards outside their rooms.
The Drow.
Drow.
The
Sorry.
Drow put guards outside
Drow.
their
Sorry, mixed up the name. Yeah, the Drow had guards outside their rooms. Means we might well have access to potential witnesses on that night, if they had eyes on the cabins.
You are in the opposite end of the ship to where the murder took place.
Is it like there's like just one corridor that goes all the way along those, so like if you were outside one post, could you potentially look all the way to one end?
No, it's like the rooms are over multiple floors, so you're like you're the opposite side of the ship and a floor down, so they're on the third deck down, third level down.
Other than that, he seems to have been fairly, shall we say, diplomatic. Compared to what we've been seeing on deck at any rate, between the Drow and the Drefanians. He doesn't seem to like the idea of his men getting in fights with them. If only because it makes him look bad.
Yeah, but that doesn't stop him from doing it secretly.
Certainly,
Vampires.
of course. Indeed, it doesn't explain why the presence of a burglary kit and thieves' tools in his room either.
It did note that he feels a little bit regretful that he missed the chance to put the fighting with the Drefanians at an end during the wrestling competition. His defeat has only buoyed their enemy more and made his people feel like they've got a point to prove, which is making him struggle to manage their behaviour a little bit, which is why one of the reasons he's decided to strip the rank.
But then that's a possible motive, isn't it? Because if Chima won that one, right?
Chima did win that one, yeah.
So if something happens to him, then some people could see that as reclaiming their honour.
Possibly.
So, of course, obviously mentions that to Amanita, but other than that, I don't know there's anything more we can learn from here. We're missing the navigational tools, and we're missing any other kind of physical evidence to suggest he's involved. I will take some notes on this diary, but otherwise I think we better move on.
Okay.
Should we switch back to Luci and Varric then? Whose room are you going to next?
So, who's about for the crew, or not for who's about, but like which rooms are like say like there's a room directly across the hall from us. Whose room would that be?
So you've got Argon, like the first mate.
Mm.
You've got Fellows. Think that's it.
And the one we just checked, whose was that again?
Phyllis.
Is he the one that was on watch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got to check Argon's.
Okay. So you enter the first mate's room. You see a wooden bed with no bedclothes. You see, bless you, you see an absolute array of knives, axes, weapons. You see an array of whetstones and numerous instruments. You see one of those kind of blacksmith's wheels that turn that you can use to sharpen the blade. You see kind of like leather trousers, like armor, leather shorts type of thing, fur. There's no sign of like books or anything. Dirty clothes and stuff are just dumped on the floor. Smells a little bit. What would you like to do?
First, I'll grab through the sending stones to speak to the other two and go, don't forget Gavin's room.
Yes, Luci, yes. We'll get Gavin, but we'll get him last. I'm sure you'll want to be present.
Can I ask, can I hear their conversation through the sending stones?
Not unless they've got it switched on.
Oh,
Okay, that's okay then.
If you've not got it switched on, it's listen only mode.
Luci, you wouldn't happen to have any bites, would you? Just,
What do you mean?
just of intellectual argument sake. You know, like,
Are you hungry?
no, not a bite to eat. 2 pincer like bite marks.
I'm hungry.
What is it?
Are you
Yeah,
hungry as
but-
well, Luci?
I could eat. I guess.
I mean, surely you're full after all that mash, right?
I didn't have any mash. I had the jerky. Meat's good.
Never like things like blood sausage, say, do you?
Blood sausage? Yeah, I've had that. That was nice.
But you wouldn't have it now, of course. That was in the past. It's awful stuff.
Oh,
If
if it was off.
if the blood curdles, terrible.
Well, I mean, if you cook it well, it's nice. Yeah, why not? Right, have you got some?
No. Amanita is wondering about whether she would like that dish sometime. I've been trying to tell her it's really not for her.
Is she not vegetarian?
Yes, and that's why I've been trying to tell her it's not a dish for her.
Weird. Oh, maybe she's changing her diet. But yeah, blood sausage is nice. You should give it a try. If it's cooked well, yeah, why not?
Okay, I'll bear that in mind. There goes Quask's attempt to try and convince Amanita Luci is not a vampire.
Alright, I'm a bit hungry. They keep talking about sausages.
Yeah, I'm kind of hungry too. I had Dinner wasn't particularly filling.
Yeah, I know. Well, we'll get something. I offered you guys steak last night, but you said no.
Was that a camel steak I heard you say?
Who's asking?
Korsk. Me. It's me, Korsk.
Well, okay. Yeah, no, it was camel.
Luci, why did you eat a camel?
Korsk, why'd you sound like Vorak?
Luci, it's me. You just told me.
Oh, yeah. I thought I'd try it. We were talking about camel meat on the way to the city, and just thought I'd try it, and I found someone who would sell it.
Right.
I offered you guys some. It was nice.
So just to explain a little bit about the whole camel steak thing. It's not illegal to eat camel steak, but it is frowned upon. It is seen as the height of excess. Is basically to slaughter a animal that is worthwhile, a worthy form of transport, a worthy beast of burden.
I ate a bus.
To then slaughter it and eat it is like throwing kind of an asset away for a 5-minute meal.
See, I didn't slaughter it. I just ate it when it was already slaughtered. So, really, I was just doing a service.
So right. From Varric's perspective, it's just like
a very Luci thing to do, I guess.
It was good.
I'm sure it was, but yeah.
And I didn't even burn down the room when I cooked it.
I'm glad that didn't happen, to be honest. Anyway, we're getting off topic. You had it, sure, great. It's weird.
I mean, even in Dragon's Claw, there is a camel rights movement. They're known as the Humperdincks.
They've never tasted camel. Okay, so what are we doing? Are we looking? Whose room is this? First mate.
This is Argon's room. Yeah.
Why doesn't he have a bed? That's weird.
He does have a bed. It's just not got a mattress on it.
That's not a bed. That's a floor. He doesn't have a bed. It's a floor. That's just a little higher than the rest of the floor.
Let's just have a look around, see if we can find any boxes or something that at least might be worth looking at. There's a lot of weapons and stuff in here, so I don't want to get caught by him.
He does look like a man who looks after his weapons.
Any of them blade-like?
Most of them are blade-like.
Yeah. Any of them have any blood on them, or look as if they've been recently cleaned?
They all look pristine. There are some you could easily just...
Any look like they're missing?
So most of them are large weapons, like great swords and great axes and what have you. There is one exception. There is quite a small bladed knife, which looks quite intricate. You get the impression that that's what he uses to carve his patterned scars on his chest.
If he does that to his own body, I'd hate to see what he does to his enemies. Are there any drawers or anything around we can look through?
Not really, just wardrobe.
Should we look in it?
Yeah, let's have a look.
Okay.
So it's just full of like furs and leather trousers and what have you. He doesn't wear much on his top. It's just more bottoms. So some of them look as though they passed for clean.
Oh, I don't
Pass.
think this is the right room. Maybe we should try another one.
Yeah, let's. I don't know if I get much out of here, so yeah, let's leave.
Should we swap back then? Amanita and Korsk.
So, did we finish off the drow cabins? Okay. So, I imagine we move on to the Drafanians now. Again, do a fairly quick sweep through all of them because the effects of the mushrooms will be wearing off soon.
Okay.
So
I better not go outside when it's sunny, because I'll burn up like a crisp.
You've been fine up until now.
Yeah, it's just happened now.
It will wear off, I swear.
How do you know?
Because it's an effect I'm familiar with. We produce this in alchemy all the time.
Well, you can't see her face, but her face is like shocking.
Forget I said that. We're just going to go and search these rooms, and then I will get Luci to remove the effect. And he better.
Amanita, you will remember that the group has encountered a vampire before.
Yeah.
And possibly that Luci offered his some blood.
Exactly.
So, where are we headed? Sorry. Drafanian rooms. So you head back to the familiar corridor because it's where Chima's room is. Next to Chima's room is Habibo's.
Let's go through ours first then.
So, inside, you see an array of weaponry, although largely staffs, training, spears, different types of spearheads, even a pike. You find one of those nets that gladiators use. You find like brass body type breastplates, leather armor and leather kind of skirt. One thing that does come is of worry though is the room is, other than the weapons, the room is trashed. Looks as though she has taken an axe to the desk. The wardrobe has been tipped over and stabbed with the spear by the look of it.
Of course, you'll start to see objects moving back into places.
Amanita, wait. I need to take this in first.
It's a mess.
It's a mess that says something about the owner's character.
She's messy.
A disarranged state of mind, that's for certain.
You do notice you eventually find an axe kind of sticking out part of the desk. There is blood on the handle.
How'd that get up there? This is like on the like the place where you put your hand. Like she cut her hand or something.
Or something. Yeah. You notice actually there is a trail of blood coming, like footprints as well, coming from the room next door.
From the room next door.
Yeah, so you see them kind of come out. You see an imprint of like blood going down the wall, kind of numerous footprints in the room, like around the corridor, bloody. Numerous people coming in and out of the room, including some of your own. Then you see this single set of footprints, look like a human female, have gone into Habibo's room, and it looks as though they've trashed the room.
Is the axe Habibo's? Does it look like the rest of the equipment inside the room, or is it unique?
It looks unique.
I think Korsk will try to wrench it out of the desk and take it with him.
Could you do a strength check, please?
Okay. It would have been the same result.
You cannot move it. I mean, the one thing you do realize is this axe is too big for it to be the murder weapon.
Yeah, it's whether the it's why someone else potentially has come in here and trashed it.
They're trying to frame her?
No, it'd be the wrong weapon type, and why trash Habibo's room after a murder has taken place? The only connection we have is that she was close to Chima, evidently, from the way she took his death. But Wayne, is it like I'm just trying to get straight in my head whether it's like, because I kind of began this thinking like, okay, Habiba's trashed her room because she was really upset when Chima died, and now I've got this other possibility competing with it, which is that someone else came in to trash her room to make a point.
You're going to have to work out which one of those two it is.
Okay. Yeah.
Is there anything in the drawers or anything?
That's right, we should search this.
So similar to Agrons, or Argons, I should say. There is very little in the drawers. She seems to be more focused on battle and war than anything else. You find a similar trend when you look at the other Drafanian rooms. It's more full of kind of different arrays of weapons, furs, leather armor, not much more than that. You do find bloody footprints in the other rooms as well, but they're not trashed. Notably different, some of them are male, some of them are female.
Maybe they visited the room to that thing you died to pay their respects.
Sorry, could you say that about the footprints again?
So there are footprints in all the other Drafanian rooms. Some are male, some are female. Could you do a perception check, please, both of you?
Wow. Korsk is deep in thought.
So Amanita, you will notice that the female rooms seem to have female footprints, and the male rooms seem to have male footprints, matching the clothes to the footprints.
Oh, so they will match.
But is this a normal occurrence then?
You don't think they're vampires too, do you?
No. No, I'm thinking about whether there were two individuals here who then searched each of the respective rooms, or if we're just witnessing the typical comings and goings of the Drafanian crew. I didn't see how blood would have ended up on more than two people's shoes, though. Unless...
So when you first went up to deck, there was lots of Drafanians all covered in blood, trying to...
Right, okay, from the body. Okay.
So, theoretically, they could have all gone back to their rooms, for example.
This is all just so confusing.
That's just the axe I'm getting hung up on. So who does that belong to? And if so, why are they trashing someone else's or their own room?
Maybe to threaten them.
That would be one possibility. I think we're not going to learn who it is, who or why this happened by staring at the axe, though. I think it's going to be a question we ask people after they all regain consciousness. Are there no documents or journals, Wayne?
No.
Okay. And unfortunately, unlike the drow, they weren't kind enough to write anything down for us. I think we're just going to have to hold this information until we can coordinate with Varric and Luci.
Agreed. I've got some questions for Luci too.
So, shall we switch back to Luci and Varric? What would you like to do? What would you like to check next?
I think we were on our way back to meet up with Korsk and Amanita because we didn't find anything else in Argon's room.
Was there not one more room?
It was Fellows' room.
It's not the room we came out of.
No, we came out of Argos, the one that had no bed. And then we did the lookout before that.
Mm-hmm.
So just Fellows left?
Oh, let's see. Yeah, we'll check that one then.
Again, Luci is holding onto the back of Varric's jacket.
So you head into the room, and you can smell a mix of soap and rotting flesh as you enter the room. You see it's generally quite a tidy room, apart from the desk, which has 3 mutilated fingers sat festering, and a hammer and chisel, and a large needle and thread.
Okay, I guess I'll search the desk.
Yep.
Do
My
an
fault.
investigation check.
Ooh. 3.
You find a
That's
cookbook.
1 higher than my last one.
You find 1 cookbook. Would you like to check anything else? There's a wardrobe and a bed.
Oh, I'll check the wardrobe.
Okay, do an investigation check.
Investigation. Terrible. One better than Luci's.
There's a lot of aprons. There is some ceremonial leather armor, orc size. And a whetstone to sharpen meat cleavers and knives. Other than that, you don't find much.
I like to see it as Luci again, just opening the door, shutting it, but holding his breath, going, "Yep, nothing here." Trying to get away from the decomposing fingers.
So, who else have you not checked? So you've done all the crew.
Yeah,
You've done the drow. Technically, you done Gavid earlier, didn't you?
yeah.
Anybody else?
It's
Lithuanians?
the paladin's room.
Paladin,
There's
Barders.
Paladin and the rest of the and the rest of the Golden Hands.
I wanna, Luci, I think we should go check that dwarf's room, actually. Bardus, I think his name is.
Okay. Lucy grabs a hold of the back of Gavarik's jacket.
Feel it around again as we've separated in the room and
So,
I'll let Course know as well that, like, Course, if you can hear me, we're going to check Bardus's room from the Golden Hand. That's so
Alright.
mean.
How long's it been since we split up?
I would say it's more than an hour.
Cool. So we're walking towards the dwarves' room in full view, no longer visible. Just with me holding onto the back of your jacket.
You don't see that many people around. Could you both do a perception check, please?
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys heading in that direction as well, Korsk and Amanita?
I think we would like to check the. Is the human paladin the only human on board again?
Gavid is as well.
Gavid is human. Okay.
Amanita is also visible again.
And there you see it just wore off. Nothing to it. It won't repeat.
It might come back up.
I will note there are no mirrors in the Drafanians' rooms to avoid breakages. Okay, so unlike the other rooms, you hear movement in this room. As you get to the door, what would you like to do?
Just listen in.
You hear like the tinkering of metal. You hear a I think I better have another one. And you hear the stopper come off a bottle and a that should clear in the head. Right, where was it? And you just hear clinking again. Metal upon metal.
What's the plan, Lucy?
Is there a keyhole or something? Can we see through or see under?
There is a keyhole.
I guess Lucy will try and have a look through and see if he can see anything.
Okay. You can see the dwarf Bardus sat at his desk. He's got a really thick pair of glasses on and he's intricately working on something. What looks like some sort of contraption. There is an empty bottle with a. There is an empty bottle, small bottle, on the desk next to him. What was that? Do you recognise the contraption?
Yeah.
Don't think so. Looks like some sort of invention.
Should we try knocking?
Dude, I don't see why it would be a problem. We're not doing anything wrong.
I guess we... Oh, wait, we're visible again.
Yeah.
Do you want to be invisible? And sneak into the room when he opens the door?
I mean, I could be, but why don't we just interrogate him?
Well, like, good cop, bad cop?
Good dude. You could be bad cop, and I'll be good cop.
With that, Lucy knocks on the door.
I'll start us off, though. I'll start us off.
Okay, I look mean.
You hear footsteps walk towards the door. You see the door opens and Varric is met by this massive pair of eyes. Oh. What? Oh. Sometimes I forget I've got them on. What can I do for you?
Hi, I don't know if you've been informed, but we're investigating the murder of the Drafanian.
Oh, I've been a murderer, I say.
Yeah, kind of everyone knew about it.
Well, I've spent the last few days puking after having that awful fish.
I see. Do you mind if we come in and ask you some questions? Just
Nah, not at all. Come in. Can I get you some tea?
no, I'm alright, thank you. So, where were you last night?
I wasn't very well. Not been well for a few days, so between the toilet, I've been trying to go up at meal times, but I can't do it. I can't stomach anything since I had that fish. And I've been puking over the side.
Right.
So, but other than that, I've been on the privy. It's been most of me time.
Yeah. And
It'll be better today, though.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear you're doing better. But well, obviously, if you were traveling around during the course of last night, that does mean that you could have seen someone or heard anything. Did you see anyone out of place at all, or wandering around the halls?
Can't say I did.
I turned to look at Lucy.
Don't remember seeing anybody.
Right. My friend here would also like to ask you some questions. Lucy, do you have any questions for our friend here?
Lucy's eyes burn with fire as he lunges, jumps on top of the man, holds his blade into his neck and says, "What did you see?"
Do an intimidation check, please.
This is where I roll a 1. Close enough.
Look. You find he's got a knife in his hand at your gut. 2 of us can play that game, friend. I already told you I didn't say anything. Now, how about we both put our blades away and talk civilized like?
Lucy doesn't move his blade.
He shoves it so he just about draws blood.
If he draws, let me know if he draws blood, because things are going to happen.
Oh no.
Hi, Kaz.
He hasn't quite, but you are uncomfortable.
You were seen puking overboard at an area where somebody was climbing up.
I already told you I was puking.
And you must have seen what you were puking over.
The side of the ship into the water. I didn't see anybody climbing.
Varric.
If you gentlemen could just kind of try and come in between them and push them away from each other. I apologize for my friend. He's quite aggressive sometimes.
So you should. Puts his dagger back.
Just some other questions. How that paladin friend of yours? How close are you with them?
Oh, me and Karen. She's such a sweetie, isn't she? Yeah, we go way back. A couple of years. I remember when I first seen her. Like an angel that she was. Just a bit of a shame she's sworn celibacy, but hey-ho, you know. Maybe one day she'll change her.
Voted to her cause, she definitely seems.
Possibly. But, you know, best I can do is just make sure she's alright. Protect her, like. Dangerous place we're going.
Yeah, definitely. The front lines are always tough. Speaking of which, how come you're headed to the front lines yourself? I find it a touch strange that a dwarf might want to go fight other dwarves.
I could ask the same question about you, my friend.
Yeah, I love a good fight, you know what I mean? It's, anyway, where I'm asking you questions here, you know?
Well, I'd like to think my answer's more convincing than yours. I love the lassie. I follow the lassie. You know, we got a good geek with the mercenaries, but I go where she goes. Protect her, like.
Right. Obviously, given what you've said, just out of curiosity, would you have done anything to protect this lass, this girl?
What are you trying to say?
I know that if you care for someone very deeply, you're willing to do a lot of things for them.
Perhaps I have done in the past. Not sure I was capable over the last few days, though, because otherwise I would have been shitting me pants.
Yeah, no, I do understand that. If you'll excuse me just for 2 minutes, I need to talk to my companion outside real quick.
Could you both do a perception check, please?
Oh.
So Varric, as he was saying he was busy shitting his pants, you will note he slipped the bottle that is on the desk into his pocket.
How's your drinking been? Are you a big drinker?
I've been known to have a snifter or two. Yeah.
Yeah. Anything particular you fancy drinking?
I like the whiskey.
Good man, good man. I'm a big fan myself.
Dwarfish ale as well.
You don't, by chance, happen to have a compass, do you? I'm kind of we'll leave you to it in just a second, but kind of want to know which direction we're heading. Just out of curiosity. I don't happen to have mine on me.
Yeah. Got one. I've been given one to fix, if that's what you mean.
Does it work still, or is it?
That's why it was given to me to fix.
Right, right.
Doesn't seem to do the direction anymore.
All right. And do you mind if I see it?
Reaches into his pocket, pulls out this compass. Be careful with it, mind. It's a bit fragile.
All right. Can I tell if it's got like a chip missing off the needle?
The needle is like an arrow, but without the arrowhead.
Kind of like what horse cat in his hand.
Yes.
And who gave you this compass?
The navigator, Virisk.
Gotcha.
He said he dropped it out of his crow's nest.
When did he give it to you?
Oh, must have been. Well, I went up for a puke earlier and he gave me it then. About an hour or two ago. Said it was broken, needed fixed.
Great. That's a shame that our navigators broke his compass, but that was plenty fine. I handed it back to him.
Said he didn't have another one.
Yeah.
Need urgent job. But I'm already doing something at the moment.
All right. And what are you working on at the moment?
Well, that's a little ditty for the captain, you see. Top secret. Know what I mean?
Oh, of course. Of course. Well, thank you for your time, I guess. If it's top secret, I won't ask any more questions on it. Do you have any other questions, my friend? I point to Luci. Alright, Luci.
Not just now. Still staring daggers at this dwarf. Just as you start to walk out, just goes.
To which he brandishes his knife and looks down.
As soon as we get outside the room, and the door's closed and we start walking down the hall, I want to call to everyone on the stones, just emergency team meeting. Can we please return to my room? Come to my room.
After that, I'll just turn to Darren. So, how was the bad cop?
It's really good, Luci, but usually when you play bad cop, you don't tend to lunge straight at someone with a knife and threaten to kill them. It's normally a lot of aggressive question asking and being tough and stern. But
let's save time. You know, you told me off. He looked better on you.
I guess it did. Sure. It worked out in the end.
Yeah. I didn't hurt him. He nearly hurt. Like, there was nearly a fight. I will say that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I could tell. I was about to cast some spells to hold you both in place and separate you by force, but you know how it goes.
It wasn't very.
Anyway, let's head to my room.
The whale call of the seas.
These whales, man.
No. Maybe that's the sea creature. It's coming. It's coming.
Maybe it's that contraption. Testing it as you're walking down the thing. Makes whale calls. So, you all head back to the room after the staff announcement. What would you like to do?
Once everyone's in, I kind of close the door, gather everyone together, and like, I told you all. I want to make it clear that I claimed it was the crow's nest boy, and I have found evidence to suggest that it was.
We still do it.
Where is it?
What was that, Lucy?
It could still be gathered.
It's almost definitely not Gavin now.
You say you found evidence of this? Where?
Yeah. Well, I don't have it on me. I can't carry the evidence. It's something that's needing worked on. But Bardus, the other dwarf, he was working on a broken compass for crow's nest boy. So, broken compass, shard found in dead guy's room. I think we have a winner. Compass must have fallen out of his pocket as he gone to gut him, and then picked it up and carried on, probably out the window. And if anyone's flexible and fast enough to get up and down the side of the ship and into the crow's nest without anyone looking, it's probably going to be the boy who's fastest at climbing.
Hang on a minute, though. I thought you said the dwarf. I thought you said the dwarf said that he saw no one over the side while he was conducting his business.
Well, yeah, but that's assuming that if he didn't see me, there's no correlation between those two events. We know that the murder happened at night, and then Bardus threw up at night. So the time framing could be a bit different.
Of course.
Guy got killed, came up. Because it was after Bardus threw up that he was given the compass. Or was that earlier today? Anyway, yeah, he got the compass today. And we know it's him. That compass belongs to crow's nest boy.
It still
seems like there's little room. It seems like there is little room for doubt, then.
At least in my mind. I mean, call me crazy, but
it could still be gathered.
Why did he climb down into the cabin? He has a key.
Well, if he used the key, it would probably be very obvious that he'd done a deed.
But only if someone saw him using it were to go in. It's not like there were a particular number of scratches on the lock. It's a well-used lock.
I mean, if people know that you don't like someone, you don't want to be seen leaving their room, and then next morning they're found dead. Or even entering their room. You don't want to be near them. In terms of being covert and secretive, I think through the window is probably a good idea.
We found a bloodied axe on the carved into someone's desk.
Yes, what was her name again?
Habibo.
Habibo's room was torn up. Something got loose in there even. But We're uncertain as to who did that. There's a couple of events we can't really explain at the moment.
Bloody axe.
Bloody on the handle, not on the blade.
Is that what got you thinking about blood sausages?
I suppose. Yeah, I guess I did.
That's a weird craving to have at a crime scene, but okay.
It's-
I think the whole crew have turned into vampires. Including me.
What? What?
She's just kidding, Lucy. She's not actually a vampire. It's just a side effect of the spell you put on us without, declaring you were going to do so.
And with that, as you say that, Amanita goes up in Lucy's face and goes, "You never told me you were a vampire. When did you bite me?" What?
So as this is going on, you just feel the boat just tip, and things start sliding down the room.
Uh-oh.
What on earth did that?
It's the Kraken!
I don't know if it is the Kraken. Let's...
Wait, hang on a minute. Where did this Kraken come from?
There's gonna be more vampires!
Long story. Let's get to top of deck.
Vampire Kraken? No, this I gotta see.
It then tips the other way.
What is going on? Can Corsk make his way over to the door and throw it open?
Who's driving?
Probably no one.
Oh, that's not good.
Uh-oh.
We should go drive. We should drive.
The captain's asleep.
Lucy will go wherever the
Oh,
wheel
yeah.
is. Yeah, wherever the wheel is. We're going there now.
Corsk will follow.
I think everyone's following.
Amanita will follow.
You get up, and you can see that the ship is headed towards a cliff, being bustled.
No.
We seem to be coming up on that rather fast, Lucy. Do you have access to the wheel?
Where's the wheel?
Oh no, I'm gonna burn in the sun!
And you can feel that every now and again the ship just bumps a sandbank or a rock or something, and it just sends you back and forth.
Would Farrick have any experience sailing ships?
You saw how he sailed the airship? Just like that, that's it, flat.
Just do something, Lucy. Hard over, Captain.
So,
My quicker
What-
finding the wheel or the captain?
so what are you doing?
If Lucy doesn't go for the wheel, then Corsk
Fine.
will.
I'm trying to go for the wheel.
Yeah.
Okay. So could you do a dex save, please?
14.
Damn it. I wanted to throw Flash of Genius on there.
That's fine. So
Yeah.
so you go sliding along the deck as it tips again. You see one or two Drafadians fall over the side of the boat.
Asleep.
Well, they're landing
But,
not. You can hear them shouting, but nobody's there to respond. And then you finally get to the ship's wheel and just... and the whole boat just then tips again, and you just kind of, almost capsizing, manage to steer it away from the cliffs.
Somebody wake up the captain!
I'm busy keeping track of where these Drafanians fell in.
I'll go wake her. I can't come out in the sun, so I'll go wake her.
Are those guys who fell in still in rope range? I don't know if we have like life buoys or anything on board.
Kind of. There's definitely some lifeboats.
I can go get them if someone grabs the wheel! We are not hitting another cliff!
I'll run up and grab the wheel.
Okay.
Alright. Lucy,
Then-
with me, into the lifeboat.
No. I'm flying. I'm not going near any more ships. I'm going to fly and pick them up.
But wait for me then.
If you want to fly, Corsk, I can make you fly. Come up to the wheel.
Oh wait, yeah, no, it's fine. I think I can also cast it on you. Yeah, you can. You're also flying.
Okay, cool.
You both fly off, pick up the Drafanians that fell in, and dump them onto the boat, onto the thing. Meanwhile, some of the crew that have been splashed begin to wake up. You see Viris hanging by a rope from the crow's nest, rope tied round his ankle. He's just kind of swinging.
Beerus!
Hello? Little help, please?
Why were you not telling us there was a cliff?
I must have been drugged. The last thing I remember was eating the jerky and the mash.
I had the... and then fly up and...
Before Luci grabs Virus, I immediately like, leave him there. Don't grab him. Leave him there.
Okay, well, keep a lookout and tell us if we hit any more cliffs coming towards us quickly or something. We'll be back in a minute. And I'll fly back there.
It's like shouting orders down at the Drafanians, trying to convince them to alter sails and stuff like that, and they're like, "Who are you to shout orders at me, elf?"
Amanita's gone to go wake up the captain.
You hear as you head down the passageway. You hear into the cabins and stuff. Don't go and get her. You hear well, unless you want to die, you better do it. Coming back from the elf. So the captain is still lying asleep, mumbling to herself.
Okay, she's going to cast Druidcraft and make a beast smell. Not smell, sound.
A beast sound.
Yeah, like a monster or like something like a monster sound, like loud enough.
Does it beep like a fawn?
I'll
It's
be
like a
back in a
massive
sec.
chicken that chirps.
Just tell me what to roll, I'll be back in a sec.
Oh. So, Amanita kind of casts Druidcraft and makes this sound, this horrifying screech from the beast below. Immediately, the captain sits bolt upright, awake. It's found me! It's found me, the beast! He's taken my father, but he won't take me! As she kind of draws a sword with a good hand. In a death! And then she runs out of the cabin onto the thing. Where is it? Where is it? Amanita just kind of following behind.
The captain.
And then she finally comes to her senses. What's going on?
We may have nearly hit a reef, Captain.
A reef? A fucking cliff!
Where are all the crew?
Around, I'm sure.
Varys is right above your head.
Captain, we've been drugged. I suggest you check who's disappeared. I think the murderer might have escaped.
Call on the captain.
Is this true? What are you guys doing conscious?
Well, we weren't conscious for a very long time, I can only imagine. We've only just started to wake up. I think we were the first ones.
And is anybody missing?
Well, I can tell you that the murderer isn't missing.
Why? Have you discovered who it is?
And I look at back in the captains are coming close. It's Veers. Him.
And what's your evidence?
Well, we found, like you said, the tip of a compass that was busted, magneted and all. And we went to go speak to Barbus, the dwarf, and he's repairing a compass at the moment, which also happens to have a broken tip. That compass belongs to our boy hanging by his ankle there.
Really?
Yeah.
Iris? Where's your compass? In my pocket. Are you sure?
Can you throw it down to us?
Yes. Be careful though, it's quite delicate. And he takes out this brass circle. And are you ready?
Go for it.
And he
I can
drops
just
it.
go up and get it. Oh, never mind.
Could you do a dexterity check, please?
Okay, this is a... Let me just check Flash of Junior supplies here. Ability check or saving throw. Yep. One Flash of Genius coming up. That's an 18.
So you find the... You catch this compass and you see written all over it is kind of elven marks, sigils, and what have you.
Korsk immediately takes out the bit of compass he found and compares it to the one in front of him.
You flip it open and it looks completely different.
Or lied.
It seems like you've been had, Varric.
Can I burn him now?
This compass isn't damaged at all.
No, but why would he lie about it?
Perhaps he knows who gave him the compass and wants to protect them.
Virus, did you give the little dwarf man a compass to fix?
No, I only have two compasses. One's in my room and one's here.
Was there one in his room when we looked?
Yeah.
We have some more questions to make, Captain.
Captain,
Varric, where's the dwarf?
he'll be in his room, probably.
Well, we need to get down there right now and stop him from leaving.
Do we know does his room have a window?
It does have a porthole, yes.
Do we know which porthole it is?
Probably not.
Okay.
You'd have to do some maths and...
That's not good. No.
Yes.
Captain, I would suggest you bring Karen and Bardus to deck, or actually your quarters. Probably quite important now. Well, once the crew get up here, I'll let go of the wheel and you guys can sail the ship the right way and stuff.
Go fetch Boris.
No.
Why?
Because I don't want him to suspect he's in trouble.
Okay.
So what you asking?
So I asked the captain if she could bring Karen, the paladin, and Bardus, the dwarf, to her quarters.
She turns to a Goliath. You heard the man.
And then I proceed to go to the captain's quarters with them once the crew takes over.
You head
While we do that,
Go on.
just a quick thing to the group. Just Bar said something. About the paladin, that they took a vow of chastity.
Yes. Well, that was what Varric said.
Wasn't our dead guy making advances?
Yeah.
From the looks of things, she pushed him away pretty thoroughly.
Yeah.
What if he made more advances? Unwanted ones.
Yeah.
What if you made more advances? What ones?
Unwanted advances.
I think all of the advances were unwanted.
Yeah, no, but more. As in, not as in many, but more unwanted advances.
No, you got the impression that if he took it further, she would have killed him herself.
Okay.
She'd already smacked him twice in public.
Right. Okay.
You don't think he would have?
Okay.
What if it was the daughter?
So, in walks the dwarf and the paladin. The paladin's like, Kerin's like, what? What is this? What's wrong? And the captain says, "Don't worry, dear. We're just making sure that everybody is on board." Huh. I see you caught them then, strung up from the crow's nest. The murderer.
Indeed. And then cast hold person on both Bardis and Karen.
What are you doing? What is this? I don't know what you think you're doing, but I tell you, if you hurt the lassie, when I get out of here, I'll slit your throat.
Save the empty threats, dwarf. You've seen your work already.
Slitting throats is something that happens often.
Bardis? What are they saying? Nothing, lassie. They're just... I don't know. They're telling lies.
I pull my dagger.
Wouldn't hurt a fly unless I was protecting you.
You're the one that's been telling lies.
Are you me?
Who gave you that compass?
I told you, Veris. Marisk. Whatever they call him.
We have just established that these are the only two compasses he holds. The captain has given her word on the subject as well.
You want to try again?
Maybe it was one of the drow. Yes, one of the drow.
Oh, so the story's changing now, is it?
How long has it taken for the captain to get them into her quarters?
2 or 3 minutes.
Never mind.
I pull my dagger and start pushing it up against Karen's throat. Look, I don't like to force people to tell me things that I need to know, but if you don't start giving me straight answers, Bardis, I'm going to end up hurting the wrong person here.
Korsk reaches over and draws his knife from his sheath. The Bardis' knife.
Mm-hmm.
I could always take this down to the autopsy room and see if it fits the injuries.
Lucy's eye flashed with fire and he goes, he might not like to hurt people, I do.
You said you would do anything for her. Would you kill for her? Especially if someone was touching her that you didn't want to.
She said, Bardis, How many times do I have to tell you I can fight my own battles?
As I suspected.
Look. I was ill at the time. It wasn't me. I had food poisoning.
I push the blade harder against Carrot's throat. Someone's gonna die if you don't tell any of the truth.
You had the stew. Everybody else who got ill had the fish. I had seconds at that fish. Not that I could see. Look. The world's better off without him anyway. Why do people care? If it wasn't me, it was going to be somebody else at some point or another.
So you admit?
I did it.
I take my knife away and drop the spells immediately.
What will you do with him? I don't know. I'll need to think on this. She turns to the Goliath that brought him. Go wake Argon and the boys up. Whilst he's in the brig, he'll need some protection.
Luci punches the dwarf in the nose. That's for sticking your knife. That's for sticking your knife in my gut.
The dwarf draws his knife again. I'll stick it in your fucking throat in a minute, boy.
Try it, see what happens.
He can't draw his knife. Korsk took his knife earlier.
Yeah.
He goes to reach for it. It's gone.
See what happens.
Right.
Go for it.
He suddenly draws another blade from somewhere.
Yeah.
Lucy's just said, come on.
You can't kill him, he's a vampire.
After hearing that, Lucy then uses disguise self just to make his teeth elongate a little bit.
I knew it.
Also, if you lay hands on any member of our particular team, I will be obliged to make sure your bones are nothing more than ash by the end of this trip.
He drops the knife. Meanwhile, Lucy gets a soaking from a bottle of holy water. The paladin.
Oh, yeah.
Just look at the paladin and go, really? I've been standing in the sun all this time and you actually think of... Paladin.
But so have I.
Just wanders away.
Lucy, don't...
Vampires that are not allergic to the sun. Oh my god. We've become the ultimate vampires.
Lucy, wait. And Korsk goes after him.
I'm just like... The murderer's in the room and everyone's leaving. Great.
Amanita's still there, but panicking like fuck.
I'm just outside.
The murderer's been left alone in the room with Farrak. This could only go well.
To answer Charlie's question, no. So they come and collect him, take him down to the brig. They do it before they start waking up some of the others. The Drafinians are very concerned with obeying Viris's orders at that point.
Viris, we should lay him down.
And Captain, just one moment before you go. This is obviously a crime of passion. I feel conflicted. At one point, I recognize that a cold-blooded murder has happened. On another hand, I can understand why a man crazed with love has done all he can to protect the object of his affection. Tell me, do you think I should show mercy?
It would make a very good novel.
It would, wouldn't it, Amanita? I like that idea.
It also sets a precedent on your ship.
You do need to set an example. You do need to set an example in front of the crew and the other passengers as well.
Don't want it to be known that murder's okay under your command.
Well, by the time we get to tomorrow lunchtime, we'll be docking in our Axemouth. We can throw him overboard before then.
How about we just tie a rope to him and the other end to the back of the ship and just make him swim the rest of the way?
It's effectively an execution, you see. We don't want to execute him.
Not if he can swim.
I'll raise my arms, and I can't swim well.
Oh, and he killed, I know he's a mercenary, but he killed someone who he's supposed to be on the same side for.
Well, the Drafanians don't seem to make themselves on the same side as anyone. They're just... there.
There's a difference between, camaraderie and being paid. We're all being paid.
At this point, Cleo pops up and he says, I think we need to think about the consequences of the actions. Erin is expecting to see a sign when she gets to Axemouth. If that sign is her friend being thrown overboard, I feel she would fight a battle that will not last very long. Either that or she will join him overboard. We also need to think about other exits, if you get my drift. Perhaps the two could be aligned.
Yeah.
Perhaps some sort of commotion.
Well, was it the Drafanian that he killed or a drow? I can't remember.
Thing.
What about if the Drafanians have one representative? There is a fighting ring upstairs. We have their one representative and the dwarf fight it out. The dwarf wins. That's the end of it. The
I think that's just a death sentence there. Fine. He goes overboard tomorrow. I will offer the paladin the option to accompany him in effort to save him. Or journey back to Dragon's Claw. I suspect she will be giving herself a death sentence should she arrive in Axmouth herself.
I don't like the idea of just letting them drown. But
He'll have his chance of swimming to shore.
how close would he be?
In sight of land. Let the gods take care of them. Perhaps Kirin will see that as her sign.
Perhaps.
Well, if he makes it to Axmouth, all slates are wiped clean.
Well, I can't speak for the Drafanians, but so be it.
Alright. Alright.
How far out to sea will we be throwing overboard? Like, how far will he have to attempt to swim?
Mile or two?
I think he can do it. It's giving him a fair shot.
Fine. So be it. Let me have a drink, and then I shall summon Kirin and let her know my decision.
Here, have some of my personal reserve of whiskey instead of that stuff.
Very good. Very good indeed. There is also the matter of what's happened to the crew. Why did my ship almost run aground? It's almost like we'd been drugged.
It was the vampires.
Perhaps this was some way of getting away. Perhaps he was planning an escape route somehow. But why would he do it in the middle of the ocean?
Maybe it happened too early, or I don't know.
Maybe he plotted to crash into that cliff so that we could, so he could jump off, and then there is a ship behind the cliff, and then
She just rabbits on.
Perhaps he...
It might have been he was attempting to loose one of the lifeboats before we crashed into the cliff. At that point, he would get himself and the paladin into the boat, and the scene and his crime would be destroyed.
Yes, but there's no way up the ship unless you go all the way around to Blades Bay. There's very few passageways up.
Maybe we'll never know.
A death sentence.
Yeah, who knows? People act crazy for love, as they say.
Indeed. Indeed.
Yeah. you mentioned the sign again. Didn't she say something about an axe?
She did.
Did she mention any details about the axe? Was it like a hand axe, a big axe?
It's just a normal axe, I think.
Ah, well. So Korska's basically wondering if that axe they found in the cabin was what she witnessed in her vision. So maybe later he would get someone to help him pry it out, and then take it to the pair while they're in the brig.
Okay. So Keren's not in the brig, I will add.
He's not in the brig. Okay. We'll just take it to Karen then, and see if she recognises it.
Once we leave the captain, Luci would like a word with Varric. For a little idea he has. And the rest of the group if they want. He's not keeping it secret. Just from everyone that's not in the group.
So it is 20 to 7. Should we leave it there for the week?
Oh,
Luci can have his word with Varric. Sorry?
today's gone quick.
Yeah.
I think we started quite late though, didn't we? So
Out of curiosity, how did he get into the room in the end? Was that actually climbing down or going through the door?
he used the needle from the compass to pick the lock.
Which is why it must have slipped out of his hand or something then.
Yeah. So the idea is he's an engineer, he knows locks and stuff.
What was the vision that the paladin had again? Just
We travel and roll, our intentions are good.